can't be free. Everybody wanna judge, say I'm a thug, I'm a player, I'm a simple, why I can't be me? When I walk up in the store, all the Karens get to staring at me. Put my heart in my music, it's still on my sleeve. Everybody been portrayed.
So fam, what's the word? This your boy Spiritual Trey, and it is now episode 68 of the Soulful Thoughts blog. And today we're gonna be talking about the 9 steps to preparing for spiritual warfare, part 3. If y'all haven't seen part 1 and 2, obviously you want to go check that out. I talked about spiritual warfare, which is basically psychological warfare on the ground level, how we deal with it, dealing with day-to-day people. Then I took it to the ascended level, which was basically teaching y'all the difference between angelic and demonic knowledge. Now today, we're going to be talking about a more internal battle, a more internal spiritual battle that we go through, the path of ascension, right? Because as we going into the spirits that we have the potential to be, we run into certain obstacles that may come from our own internal spirit or external spirit, our external environment that's around us, right? Because people get attached and we get attached to our old characters, old ways of thinking. And when you're trying to separate or detach from attachment, you have a self-battle on your hands, right? So today we're going to be talking about how to navigate through those self-battles. Before we dive into it, let's dive into what a demon actually is. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I already explained this before, but in lame terms, a demon is basically a spirit that limits growth, whether it's their own growth or other people's growth. And they can do that consciously or subconsciously. How does a demon limit other spirits' growth? By feeding off the desire and the ego. Convincing spirits or themselves to, dive into their ego, dive into their desires, or just manipulating them into a knowledge, a mindset that doesn't benefit that spirit, or a mindset that might just benefit them. You feel me? So any spirit that uses witchcraft to limit other people's growth is a demon, right? And you can be your own demon sometimes. You can limit your own growth. And we're going to talk about that. What are the 9 demons that we run across on the path to ascension? Demon number 1 is the spirit of fear and anxiety. Now, obviously, fear and anxiety come from our own internal spirit, right? And we produce these energies when we go into spaces that we are not familiar with. Spaces to where we don't know what to think or feel will cause the vibrations of fear and anxiety. And not only are we identifying demons in this video, family, but we talking about ways to actually deal with them. So how do you deal with fear and anxiety? By straight up facing them head on. The only way to get over fear and anxiety is to face them head on. Because there's no way that you can avoid fear and anxiety. It's just a natural reaction of the spirit, family. So whenever you trying to evolve from an outdated character or evolve from whatever type of way your environment is thinking or anything like that, you're gonna run across moments where it sparks up fear and anxiety because you're gonna be placed in uncomfortable situations that shine a light on the fact that you are detaching and becoming very different from your environment. You feel me? And just getting out of your comfort zone in general is just going to bring those energies. So the best thing to do is embrace them and face them head on. And I guarantee you will conquer the spirit of fear and anxiety. Now, let's go to demon number 2. Demon number 2 is the spirit of temptation and comfort. Whenever you are growing, the temptation of comfort gets as strong as ever. Let me say that one more time. Whenever you are in the process of growing, the sense of temptation becomes as strong as it ever was. So it's going to be up to the only way that you can get past the spirit of temptation is resisting it. Discipline. You have to be willing to go through those withdrawal symptoms, if may be, because you might be trying to get away from a habit that's holding you back, right? It might create some withdrawal symptoms. You got to be willing to go through those battles. You got to understand that diving into the desires that you did dive in, you made a bed for yourself. And it's up to you to lay in that bed that you made. So before you even go on your journey you might as well expect the speed bumps, expect the dead ends, having to turn around, having to re-navigate, the setbacks, because it's gonna be setbacks. Nobody just is perfect. You feel me? And quit cold turkey every time they wanna, cut something out of their life. That not everyone can just do it in the snap of an eye. You feel me? So you want to embrace every single emotional turmoil that you might go through during that journey, because you know that storm is gonna lead you to your sunny days, right? Right. So that's demon number 2, the spirit of temptation and comfort. Now, what's demon number 3 that we're gonna run across on our path, Trey? Demon number 3 is the spirit of envy. Why? Because most people on this planet, 95%, never get past steps 1 and 2. Well, the demons 1 and 2. Most people are overtook by fear and anxiety. Most people give in to the temptation of comfort, and they never make it to a point to where anybody can feel envious of them, because if we all doing the same shit, what I'm envious of you for. But if I'm somebody who my whole life I ain't been shit, my whole life I've been getting pimped by my desires, and I see you just come out of nowhere. We've been doing this together. We've been drowning in our darkness together, living in our comfort zone forever, and all of a sudden you leave our comfort zone and you start cutting out all of the shit that's holding us back, even though we enjoy it, and you start becoming this totally different person that's not in alignment with the friendship that we've created. Oh yeah, you best believe it's gonna be a little envy behind that. So look, this is how you deal with it when you getting envy from people that you care about, because the ones that you don't care about, fuck them. You shouldn't care about nobody envy that you don't care about. But if it's someone that's close to you that's giving you envy, this is how you deal with it, family. I know it's so easy to want to cut them off, right? Because you looking at it like, bro, you my fucking family. You not happy for my growth as a person? You still want me to be low in this same level that we've been in since we was kids? It can really hurt you, right? But y'all gotta have a little empathy, because listen, it took you long enough to get to the position you in, right? Don't judge how long it'll take somebody else to get to that position, especially if that person been around you. You know about they upcoming and things they've been through. You should understand why they not in your position yet. So instead of getting angry and cutting them off, distance yourself a little bit and let them see you shine and see you, living in your glory. And limit your time with them, because you don't want to spend all day, every day with someone who's giving you that type of envy energy, because they'll slow down your manifestations. I talked in other videos earlier in the channel about how, spirit sending opposing energies to the chakras that y'all trying to condense into reality can slow down the vibration of that chakra, thus slowing down your manifestation, right? We call it blocking blessings. So you don't want nobody around you, sending no envy energy, blocking your blessings and shit. You wanna, if you see that they in that space, don't tell them, like start being a little more secretive to what you got going on. Don't be so quick to voice everything that you about to get into. You can tell them about, shit that you already accomplished and shit, but shit that you like just getting into, shit that you like still, don't tell them about your mission, basically. Tell them as little about your mission as possible until you see them breaking out of the mental cages that they in. And hopefully you separating yourself and living by example will kind of convince them to kind of like follow your lead a little bit and start, working on themselves a little more, trying to become more in alignment with the growth that you're, the path that you're on. You feel me? Hopefully living by example does that for them. But if not, if a good amount of time goes by, or if they start acting towards their feelings, because a lot of the times we'll pick the vibration up that somebody envious, right? But they won't actually do anything that can prove that they envious, right? Unless they start actually doing stuff to slow down your progress, finessing you out of situations and, doing a little dirty shit to keep you from evolving, then that's when you cut that person off. You feel me? Or if a lot of time goes by and you see that they, at this point, they starting to not like you, and you starting to wonder if you can even trust them, yeah, then you start to cut them off. But until then, give people grace, man, because we all got our demons we going through, Just because you conquered yours don't mean I'm gonna conquer mine at the same time. Give me some time, gang. I'm gonna get there with you. You feel me? So boom. That's what was that? That was the demon number 3. You feel me? The spirit of envy. So that's how you deal with envy. Give a little grace, then cut off if need be. Now, demon number 4. Demon number 4 that we want to cross on our path of expansion is the spirit of depression. Why? It's directly because of step 3. When you start getting, envy and jealousy energies from people that you consider close to you, not only that, but you also battling with the fact that, you might be cutting off a lot of shit that you loved that might have been holding you back, like habits and shit like that. So you might be dealing with withdrawal symptoms, along with the envy from your family, along with the fact that you just in a battle with yourself becoming this new person. All of that can pile on top of itself and become, a very heavy form of depression. And it's very hard to get past this step. But the way you get past depression, go watch my 9 steps to getting out of depression videos. Because that's not no small explanation. You feel me? I do have a video explaining to y'all how you can work with yourself on depression. It goes into shadow work. It goes into actually exercising your subconscious mind in your idle time, doing stuff like aromatherapy, meditating and planning your day, learning to, not give a fuck what people think about you. These are the certain things that you have to do in your alone time, exercise your subconscious mind, so it won't be as much mental weights and pressures on you. You feel me? But yeah, so the spirit of depression is something that we all go through too. Like I say, if y'all want more in-depth explanation on, getting out of depression, I do have a video on that, multiple of them actually. So we not gonna stay on that step too long. Demon number 5. Demon number 5 that we want to cross is the spirit of colonizing. The colonizer spirit. What do I mean by that? When you get to a point to where let's say you've been, bullshitting most of your life, you've been living most of your life subconsciously and, just going with the flows of your environment, right? When you start to rise above that and you start to develop an individual purpose, I'm sorry, y'all, I almost lost my train of thought, but when you start to develop an individual purpose, you're going to attract people who want to come along for the ride or steal your car. And what I mean by that is your mental property vehicle, your talent, your purpose, your mission, whatever you're going after, your shining light. A colonizing spirit will see your shining light, boost you up for it, juice you up, make you feel like you're the best thing in the world, so you can trust them enough to let them in your circle, and then boom, they'll steal your shit and run off with it. For example, let's say you a rapper and you starting to make it pretty good on social media. Let's say you got a pretty big following or whatever, and another guy says he wants to do a song with you, right? Another upcoming rapper that is not as big as you. You being the type of guy you are, you might give him grace and let him on your song, even though it's not that much benefit that you can get from it, right? Pretty much he getting all the benefit from it. But you just that type of spirit to where you want to look after your community, so you do it. You allow this person in. They come into the studio session, they juicing you up, they telling you the best rapper, you feel me, you one of their favorite people to work with and all this type of shit there. Telling you all these things to juice you up, get you close to them. Then, about 3 to 4 months later, you notice that they stealing your whole cadence and flow on every song that they make now. Like they came around you, they dress like you now, they rap like you now, talk to women the same way you do. It's like they done stole your whole little swag, right? That's what you call a colonizer spirit, a leech. They come in and they benefit off your mental property. The way that you avoid that is sometimes you just gotta learn through experience. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like if you the type of spirit that you can't just go into a situation and pick up those type of energies before it get to that point, that means you just have to get crossed a couple times to learn. So unfortunately, the only way to get past the colonizer spirit is to just go through that experience. Unless you've already been crossed in the past, or you've witnessed people get crossed, you grew up in the streets, and your intuition has advanced to a certain level to where you can go into a situation and pick up energies just off patterns. You can see patterns and pick up motherfuckers vibes and shit. If you can't do that, you just need, that colonizer spirit is there to help you at that point. You need somebody to come, finesse you and fuck you around a little bit so you can know this world is not not as sweet as you think. You feel me? So that's demon number 5, the colonizer spirit. Only way to get through that is with experience. Now, demon number 6. Demon number 6 is the spirit of judgment. The spirit of judgment is one that we all familiar with, right? When you get to a certain point that not everyone else is at, it kind of falls in line with the envy. Everyone starts to judge you, judge every single thing you do. You get judged at a much higher level than everyone else because, everyone looks at you like you're supposed to know better, right? So any little mistake you do is magnified. Anything you say will be taken 20 times more personally than the next person. You're officially under the microscope of the world at that point. And to be honest, the only way to get past the spirit of judgment is by ignoring that motherfucker, just not giving a fuck. Not caring what people think. If you believe something wholeheartedly within your whole being, let that shit be known. And fuck what the haters gotta say. If you wanna do something and you know that it's in alignment with your spirit purpose, fuck what everybody else think, even if they're your parents. If you make a mistake, fuck what everybody else think. Just because they look at you as some type of elevated spirit, that means you can't make a mistake. Man, at the end of the day, no matter how elevated we are, we still in these fucking human bodies, ain't we? And the body is the devil. If y'all haven't seen my Adam and Eve story, go watch it. But the body is the devil. The body is attracted to desires. The body lives off desire. Don't feed your body and watch what happens. Don't have sex and watch what happens. The body is a devil. So at the end of the day, we all we in between of a war right now between the devil and God. The body is the devil. Our spirit is God. We all got higher spiritual desires and lower physical desires. Sometimes the balance might tip one way or the other. We might end up being more towards the physical or more towards the spiritual one day. We all human, man. So no matter what level you at in life, it's all right to make mistakes. It's all right to do something that wasn't right. As long as you do the necessary actions to correct your past actions. You feel me? So that's the spirit of judgment. Only way to get past it is to simply not give a fuck. So now number 8, demon number 8. Oh no, my bad, y'all. That was demon number 6, the spirit of judgment. Now demon number 7 is the heavy spirit, aka pressure. And pressure goes right in alignment with judgment, right? When you get to a certain position, you're now under pressure to maintain that position. You're now in a certain, everyone looks at you in a certain frequency. You have to maintain that vibe. You have to maintain that frequency. So yes, it is okay to make mistakes, but you can't completely steer away from this character that you've shown everybody and go back to who you were, because then they're gonna look at you. You will never get respected as a person who could possibly grow one day. So you do have to maintain a vibe that you introduce to others. With that comes pressure. But the way to deal with pressure is to control your perception, because it won't feel like pressure if you just being you. If you naturally, truly being you. Now, if you're doing things for validation, you're doing things for likes, it's gonna be hard as hell to keep up whatever image you're doing because it's not you. But if you truly being you, you won't feel no pressure to maintain being you, because it's just being you, right? So perception control is how you fight the demon of pressure. Now, demon number 8 is the ghost of your past. When you get to a certain level of expansion evolvement, ascension, whatever word you want to use. I prefer expansion. When you get to a certain level of expansion, ghosts of your past will come to test you. It's kind of like spirit, like giving you a little test to see if you've actually evolved, or if you just, do things when it's convenient. Your growth might be convenient to your pockets right now. Your so-called growth might be convenient to your pockets right now. So spirit might send a test to you, like a old habit might be reintroduced to you to see if you want to partake in it, dive right back into it. An ex might come back and try to get you back into a lifestyle that y'all usually was in, or just something of that order. It could be a person, place, or thing. Some type of old temptation will always come back to test you. The only way to get past that test is to simply avoid and ignore it. That's the only way. You feel me? So now that's demon number 8. Trying to speed it up a little bit, family. The final demon that you're gonna run across on your path of expansion is the spirit of survivor's remorse. When you get to a position that you always wanted to be in, and you figuratively look down at where you used to be, you're gonna feel bad because you're gonna see a lot of the people that you grew up with still in that same position. Maybe the people that raised you still in their same position. And it's gonna hurt you because, well, it should hurt you anyway. Because, as spirits, we all want each other to expand and reach our highest potential. It might look like we don't because, a lot, the higher angels, I should say. As higher angels, we all want each other to expand and reach our higher potential, right? The only way we can get past that survivor's remorse, the people that's not getting, that hasn't gotten to our position that we wanted to get there, is by keeping in mind that fulfillment is not the same for everyone. What do I mean by that? Your fulfillment came from rising above your environment, right? Not being like one of the norm. Actually reaching a unique purpose. That actually gave you fulfillment. But for a lot of others, they get their fulfillment simply from being around others. Y'all ever thought about that? Like, a lot of people, life is simply just as simple as going to work, coming home, seeing their kids, feeding them, or seeing their spouse and being with them, going out with family, or just being by themselves. They get all the fulfillment they need in that. They don't really have no interest in searching out knowledge systems that's not in their environment. They don't have any interest in coming out of desires that's helping them cope with life, because having those vices is what's giving them their fulfillment, right? And they're happy. Don't screw up someone's happiness because their happiness is not the way you want it to look. You might want them to be in a certain position, but are they happy in the position they in? Well, shit, it look like they're in a good position to me. They happy. So the more that you can be happy for others and appreciate others for the level that they're on, the more that you can enjoy the level that you want. King, queen. Because if you at the level, if you truly overconquered all the 9 demons that I just brought up, you can call yourself a king, a queen, or an angel. You can call yourself that shit. But keep in mind, not all demons are bad, bruh. I know religion got y'all thinking that, but a lot of people are subconsciously demons. They don't look at being lost in their desires as an evil thing. A lot of the times it's not really evil. I mean, they might be living backwards, in terms of their spiritual progression, but it's not like they hurting others. You feel me? Unless a demon is consciously limiting others from progressing, then that's not that evil of a demon. They're probably just demonic to themselves. They are their own enemy, their own devil, their own Lucifer. Y'all feel me? Y'all get what I'm saying, man. Let me not stay on that too long. So those are the 9 demons that we have to conquer on our path to expansion, family. Preparing for spiritual warfare, part 3. Oh yeah, and when you conquer all nine of those demons, you're gonna officially run into your first angel, which is the spirit of fulfillment. It's your boy Spiritual Trey signing out, family. Remember, you are not your mind. You are the spirit that's forming and creating your mind. Love you, family.
On the beat, start preaching. Feel no evil, see no evil, but peep it. I don't aim for the stars, I want leeches. And the snake spawn, I'ma kill the whole species. Rest in peace to all the peaceful preaching. The youngest wildin', but they say they evil, that's kinda reaching. Who really controlling the way you thinking? Find the truth.